It now appears that the bad blood between Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza and the Meru County MCAs is far from over, even after the reconciliation meeting that was meant to end the beef.
In Annex 1 Year 2, to move a motion for the impeachment of Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, the Governor of Meru County, for 1.
With only 3 months in office, the first governor to be elected on an independent ticket was on Tuesday morning subjected to an impeachment motion, with the majority of the MCA supporting her ouster. In a motion tabled by the majority whip Dennis Kiogora, who is the Abogeta ward representative, accused the governor of creating a irredeemable toxic environment, stating that he cannot work well with other county staff. The motion that 68 out of 69 members voted in its favor.
The first charge against the governor is nepotism, illegal appointments, unlawful dismissals, and usurpation of the constitutional and statutory functions of county organs. Under this charge, we have the appointment of the husband to county offices, roadside appointment of county workers at Mau, roadside appointment of county workers at Nkubu, roadside appointment of county workers at Kianjai, contempt of court.
The fallout between the governor and the ward reps has attracted an exchange of bitter words between the two parties, with the governor frequently accusing the MCAs of pushing for their selfish interest.
I will not be intimidated to be a thief. I will not. Sitakubali hiyo. Nataka kila mtu afuate sheria na kila mtu atosheke na mshahara wake. Mimi kama gavana nimetosheka na mshahara wangu. Kwa hivyo naomba kila mtu atosheke. Sisemi hamjatosheka, lakini naomba nikiwa gavana kila mtu atosheke na mshahara wake.
The genesis of the standoff can be traced on the ward fund, which the MCAs have been persuading the governor to give them with no gain.
Governor watatu amesema hakuna equalization fund, yeye ndiye ataenda kutafuta project yeye mwenyewe, ndiye ataimplement, na kazi ya bunge itakuwa kukaa bunge na oversight kutoka bunge.
It is a wait and see situation if the governor will appear before the chambers of the county assembly on 29th to defend herself. After today's nod, the fate of Kawira now lies before the Senate, as it is the final stage of impeachment. Mwangaza will be the first governor in Meru and the first governor since devolution to face impeachment with the shortest time in office. Shadrack Kareria, Lookuptv.
Mwangaza will likely be deemed soon. 4 Kiambu County officers indicted over the collapsed Ruaka building that left 2 people dead will remain in police custody for the 10 days. The Kiambu Court Magistrate Manuela Kinyanjui has granted the prosecutors additional time to conclude investigations into the matter before they can take their plea on manslaughter charges. Henry Tande with more.
Officers from the Directorate of Criminal Investigations will have additional 10 days to conclude investigations into the involvement of 4 Kiambu County officers in the collapsed 6-story building in Ruaka town that claimed the lives of 2 people. This after Kiambu County Chief Magistrate Manuela Kinyanjui granted the prosecution request for additional time.
The suspects are charged with, are suspected to have committed serious offences. This is a matter of great public interest, as the lives of the general public are at risk. I note the various stakeholders will be involved in the investigations, and in the interest of justice, I shall grant the police a period of 10 days to complete investigations and prefer necessary charges. And so the respondents will be detained at Karori police station. So we'll mention after 10 days.
The 4, Stephen Bundi, John Murimi Mwobe, Pauline Njeri Wanjiku, and Geoffrey Mathini Kamau, through their lawyer Ben Mwangi, had put up a spirited fight for their freedom, arguing that they are remorseful of what happened and cannot in any way interfere with the ongoing investigation.
Nothing has been demonstrated. No tangible evidence has been adduced why the court should allow the application for detention of the accused persons for 14 days.
However, the prosecution led by Helen Gesa from the Office of Directorate of Public Prosecution made clear their case why the 4 should remain in custody. The court granting their request.
The charges that are intended to be preferred against the suspects are felony in nature, including manslaughter, which are very serious offenses that attract a very high penalty. And as such, our suspicion of interference with investigations by the suspects is founded.
The said respondents are likely to interfere with the investigations if set free during the stated period, since the matter is of public interest and there are other persons who are still at large and who need to be arrested.
The 4 officers are faced with manslaughter charges. They are accused of sleeping on the job, a situation that led to the construction of illegal building that collapsed a week ago. The owner of the building, Jennifer Wangari Kamau, who was arrested at JKIA airport while trying to flee the country, did not appear in court. The court was told she is sick and admitted at a city hospital. The 4 have been ordered to appear before the court on 8th of December this year. Henry Tende, Lookup TV.
A family in Olrungai, Nakuru County, is desperately crying out for help after the body of their father, who succumbed to COVID-19 complication on the 6th of October 2021, has been detained by Nakuru Maternity Nursing Hospital for over a year now, due an outstanding bill of 5.5 million shillings.
Mwai Kigera, who fell ill and was rushed to St. Joseph's Hospital in Nakuru before being transferred to Nakuru Nursing Home for further treatment after showing signs of COVID-19 in September last year, passed away on the 6th of October 2021 due to COVID-related complications.
Na huyu ameaga ni mzee yangu. Na aliaga juu ya corona. Aliaga on 6 October 2021. Nasi humu ndio alienda Karaswa. Akakaa huko mwezi moja. Akipewa matibabu. Sasa zaidi aliaga tukampeleka mochari ya Umachi. Sasa anakaa Umachi kutoka siku hiyo mpaka wa leo.
However, despite receiving treatment, Mwai remained at the intensive care unit before losing his battle to COVID-19. His body was then transferred to Marsh Funeral Home by the hospital management, where it is being detained due to the hospital bill amounting to Kenya shillings 5.5 million, besides a bill of 500,000 owed to the funeral home.
Tuliambiwa tutoe pesa hiyo milioni 5.5 ndio tupewa mwili. Sasa sisi tukashindwa. Kuenda huko tena makasema hatutaki kusikia hiyo maneno yenu, tunataka pesa. Na sasa hii bill ikakuwa mingi sana. Hatukuwa na uwezo wa kutoa ndio tupewe mwili tukuje tusike. Sasa ako tu Umachi. Tunangojea tu mtu yule atakuwa na roho msafi atusaidie ndio tukuje tumfunike.
According to Mwai's wife, Eunice Nyambura, the detention of the body has been torturous to the family that depends on farming, saying that efforts to speak with hospital management on the review of the bill have been futile.
Yule tulikuwa tunasiliana na yeye ni huyu baba yao. Hata ako na wadada lakini walitutenga. Sisi tuko na watoto yangu tu sasa hii. Hakuna mtu mwingine na Mungu. Mali tutega kwa sababu ya hii bill. Makaona kwa sababu hawana uwezo hata hawa na sisi hawana. Sasa ni kutolokea hii bill. Kwa ninakaa tu na Bible yangu. Kila siku mimi naomba. Nauliza Mungu. Kila nikipata na shida mimi ni kuomba tu. Hakuna kitu kingine nisaidia mimi.
Nyambura's neighbor James Kariuki lamented that the community has been unable to raise the required funds, saying it can only be settled by people of goodwill, urging the government to intervene to ensure Mwai is laid to rest.
Mimi ni jirani ya huyo ndugu yangu Bwana Kigera Mwai, ni jirani yangu hapa. Na tumekaa naye hapa zaidi ya miaka 30 ya Odise. Kwa hivyo serikali ile ingesaidia ni kuzungumza na haya mahospitali na mochari hizi ili waweze kuzungumza, tuangalie hii gharama inaweza kumbuswa kwa njia gani kwa wananchi, kwa sababu bili zikiwa nyingi namna hiyo watu wengi katika jamii, mtu wao akifa watakuwa ni kuumia tu, kwa sababu hawapewi mwili na hawana njia ya kulipa.
Ian Kitani, Lookuptv.
President William Ruto has arrived in South Korea ahead of bilateral talks with South Korean President Yoon Suk Yeol. In his first ever visit, President Ruto is expected to discuss ways to expand economic ties between the two countries, in addition to exploring areas of cooperation, especially in ICT, education, pharmaceuticals, and infrastructure. The head of state is also scheduled to attend a business forum where he will market Kenya as a suitable investment destination for foreign investors.
Alfie, how are you? Very good. Hello, how are you? Very good. Hello, how are you? Sure, I'll do. Thank you very much. Yes. Mr. President, from Angola? Yes. Okay, I was with your wife in Coke. Oh, yeah.
There's action in Meru, there's turmoil in Nakuru, as Governor Susan Kihika has now vowed she will not change her executive nominees for the position of chief executive members, despite various court petitions challenging the list, even as MCAs from the county fingered Rongai Member of Parliament Paul Chibor for the wars currently facing Kihika and her government.
Wamenipeleka kotini ni wale wengi walikuwa upande ule. Sasa ulikuwa upande ule na unakuja hapa kuitisha kiti by force, uruteroko, utolewe wapi? Si sasa mimi nilikuja kwa wananchi nikauza sera zangu. Waka-agree na sera zangu. Wakaamuka kila mtu kutoka kwa nyumba yake. Kura over 400,000 mkanipigia na amu kutoka kwa nyumba moja. Si kila mtu alitoka kwake akaenda akanipigia. Sasa wale mlisema sera zao hazijatosha, mbona wafikiri sasa watakuja kunidictatea nitaweka nani? Out of ministers 10 yenye nimepatiwa na sheria, county yangu ya Nakuru iko na constituency 11. Sawa sawa? Sasa mimi in my little wisdom, kwa ile wisdom kidogo niko nayo, nikasema ile usawa ya kweli, ili hakuna mahali watu watalia, ni kila constituency na ipe waziri mmoja. Na kwa sababu constituency ni 11 na waziri niko na 10, basi yenye itakosa waziri ni ile nimeshapatia deputy governor.
Governor akaita kwake nyumbani, akaita mheshimiwa ambaye alikuwa anatoa huyu mtoto ya Moi. Akaita Wakikuyu kado, akaita Wakalenjin kado. Huyo mtu akapata kura. Sasa ndiye amempeleka mahakamani.
And we shall take a break on that defiant note and come back with more news shortly.
Imagine starting your academic journey here at the foot of Mount Kenya. A place where you can call home. A place where we celebrate our diversity and uniqueness. A place where you can be at your best, at work and at play. That place is Embu College. There's no better place to make the difference than Embu College. Karibu Embu College, where a holistic education matters.
So mimi nilikuwa mmoja wa timu kubwa ya Hasla na ngojea mazao yake.
Na bila shaka mpenzi mtazamaji, ni awamu nyingine tena ya bunge la mwenyeji ambapo tunasikia tu maoni ya wenyeji hasa wananchi wa kawaida. Je, maoni ni yapi?
Anakuambia wananchi ndio kila kitu. Unaona dips na system ni wananchi. Unaona vile wamenyorosha watu bwana.
Tumeng'oa nanga kwenye bunge la mwenyeji.
So ile kitu nasema tunamuomba asituachilie.
Good to have you join us on Heart to Heart.
We bring you stories of people who, despite the pressures they experienced, still trusted God to see them through.
The seeds that was sown in me helped me navigate and overcome that period of my life.
New testimonies, new insights, and even better revelation of the good things God has in store for us.
There is always a blessing waiting for someone in every episode.
Welcome, you're watching The CEO. On this show, where we invite masters, captains of industry.
It's all about working in teams. Customers are happy, it's a good month, the markets are good. I mean, those are very exciting moments.
Ladies and gentlemen who tell us where and how to find money and put money in our pockets and how to go about doing business in the best possible way.
For me, I'm not serving myself, I'm serving community.
Nandi County Government, in collaboration with the Open Institute, has launched the second phase of collecting important information from the county's departments and presenting it to the public to enhance transparency as well as help Nandi seek funds from various organizations. And they say the benefits are already showing.
About a year ago, we started an engagement with an organization called Open Institute to put up a data desk, which is an online platform hosted by the county government. And this platform is basically to gather all the data on all the areas that we've had interventions in as a county government. We have data on agriculture, we have data on health, we have data on basically everything that we can call devolved functions in the county government.
The team within the economic and planning unit as well as within the data desk team, they've been able to work and make sure that the data is now available. So I would call on all partners, all citizens, if you go to data.nandicounty.go.ke, you'll be able to take a look at the data. It's going to be extremely useful for anyone who is trying to make an investment here in Nandi, anyone who's trying to plan how they will produce here in Nandi. And I think that we are making very good progress.
This is really an act of desperation, something that the Internal Security Minister, I hope, will take note of, because now a section of leaders from Laikipia County, led by Igwamiti Ward MCA Irene Washuka and Old Moran Ward nominated MCA Benson Kamara, have proposed a move to have the county's boundaries manned in a bid to curb frequent cattle rustling in the region.
Na wakati niliamuka niliona wamama wamebeba chodo na magunia, nikawauliza nini inaendelea. Sisi tumetoka Oromoran, kazi yetu ni kuuawa, wamama wanalia na watoto mpaka wazee. Nataka kuuliza serikali yetu, our able government, our president William Samuel Arap Ruto, our able CS Kidiki Kidhure, tunakuuliza gavana wetu usiku na mchana halali na viongozi wengine kama women rep, senator, MP na sisi MCAs tumeshikana pamoja bega kwa bega. Tunataka CS Kidiki Kidhure, kuna bara kilijengwa huko Garissa wakati kulikuwa na vita kubwa kama hii, na wakati bara kilijengwa, sisi tunataka hapa kwa Kuki Garaman tujengwe bara kama hiyo, watu wa Laikipia wasiendelee kuumia.
Ningelipenda kuambia serikali yetu ya William Samoei Ruto na Rigathi wa Gachagua ya kwamba waziri wa usalama ujue ya kwamba eneo hili letu la Sosian na eneo hili la Oromoran ni sehemu ambao tuko na shida. Ningelipenda kukusihi kwa sababu siku ya Ijumaa kuna kijana ambaye anaitwa Joseph Ng'ang'a akiwa kwa shamba lake ambayo hajafuna akaweza kudungwa mkuki akiwa nalida zile maidi zake, akadungwa mkuki na tukaweza kumkibisha Nyahururu, lakini kwa bahati baya aba bahati gani Ng'ang'a akaweza kutuaga. Watu wakiwa katika mahali pale kumekuwa na tension na wasiwasi kuu kwa sababu bunduki zenye zilikuwa zikilia wezi wakipigana na askari, watu walipatwa na mshangao mkubwa sana.
The Family Bank Group has recorded a 3.5 billion shilling profit before tax for the first 9 months of 2022, up from 2.6 billion shillings recorded during a similar period 2021, marking a 33.2% growth in earnings, as Edwin Mukora reports.
While releasing the results, Family Bank CEO Rebecca Mbidi attributed the growth to strong partnership during the review period, as well as healthy jump in non-interest income. The group's loans book expanded by 22.7% to 79.8 billion shillings in the review period, while customers' deposits also grew by 13.8% to 92.7 billion shillings. Total non-interest income increased by 22.4% to close at 2.7 billion shillings for Q3 2022, supported by a strong capital base, a factor that further pushed the total assets of the group by a further 19.9% to hit 128.5 billion shillings in the period. Net interest income increased by 9.8% to 6.2 billion shillings, supported by an increase in interest income on loans and advances. Family Bank's aggressive strategy on government security continued in the period, with the segment recording a 16.6% growth, with loans and advances recording a 40.7% growth in the period. Similarly, non-funded income increased by 22.4% from 2.3 billion shillings to 2.7 billion shillings for the period under review, with income from fees and commissions registering a decline of 50.1% to stand at 84.6 million shillings. Total operating expenses slightly increased by 3.6% to 5.5 billion shillings from 5.3 billion shillings. The banking industry, that has been recording a drop in loan loss provisions post the COVID-19 pandemic, also saw Family Bank loan loss provision register a 42.1% reduction to close at 469.6 million shillings. Edwin John Mukora, Lookup TV.
Former Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Peter Munya and his Treasury counterpart Yukuri Atani appear to be in trouble after a committee has discovered the two were listed as trustees in the new Kenya Planters Cooperative Union, KPCU. Details came out as the lawmakers met in Manzoni to discuss the agenda of Kenya's Black Gold.
The 77 lawmakers, drawn from coffee-growing areas across the country, sought to know who the clear owner of the new Kenya Planters Cooperative Union, KPCU, was. This is when it emerged that the two former CSs were listed as the trustees of KPCU, which according to them amounted to state capture.
Thank you very much.
Former retired President Uhuru Kenyatta, in a bid to boost production, processing and distribution of Kenya's black gold, reconstituted the state-owned organization, which was once Kenya's largest coffee dealer. The former CS Agriculture allocated 3.5 billion for the Cherry Fund, which the committee only accounting for 500 million as the money spent from the fund, with the rest yet to be put to use to help the 750,000 small-scale farmers represented through over 300 cooperatives. The lawmakers now say they shall pick the matter with the National Assembly while calling on the government to accelerate the farmers' uptake of the cherry. For Lookup Business, Sandrine Mwenda.
In the day's sport, Argentina lost their first match